What's good, everybody? It is Thursday, May the 28th, 2026, day number 28 of our now 28-day fast. It's finally over, and I get to go back, not to my older habits that I've been trying to kick, but I just finally get to go back to refeeding, refueling, and just back to my semi-active lifestyle. Now, let's not get it twisted. I still live a very sedentary lifestyle. Not much happens on a day-to-day basis, so I have to simulate a active lifestyle by doing workouts and my resistance training with weights and calisthenics. As far as doing my measurements go, I started to take my measurements. And when I was looking at what they were reading, it really wasn't that big of a change in the numbers. I had only just taken my measurements a week ago. Now, there is some slight improvements, but it's nothing like, necessarily to write home about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let another week go by. And then next week we're going to be in the month of June, and that's going to be a new month. The first Wednesday in June will be my next weigh-in day. And because it's going to be a new month, that's when I will also do my updated measurements as well. So we'll have a whole new kind of slate to start off with. Hopefully, within the month of June, I will be able to stand more flushly on the scale to finally get some good accurate readings going on here. I'm tired of having to guesstimate what it is because I'm just forever just kind of bouncing between numbers. But I mean, as long as I'm still seeing the numbers that I'm bouncing between, the number keeps going down lower and lower and lower. I can't be too upset about that because, the numbers are still going down regardless. But yeah, we will take the measurements and the weight in the month of June, and that's going to be our new kind of starting point. And then I'll do the same thing for the month of July, August, September, October, November, December, so forth and so on, every single month. Without any further ado, though, let's just get into what the current weight is. As you can see from the scale, it's bouncing in between 555 and 565 pounds. So roughly, I just want to kind of take the average, and I'm just going to say we're at 560 pounds. That's going to be down 15 pounds since I started my fast on April the 30th. And now, here from April the 30th, you can look at my video clip that I made. I have my shirt off. You can see my definition or lack thereof in my shoulders and in my chest. And you can compare it to today's video on May the 28th now, where you can see that I've kind of developed a little bit more in definition in my shoulders, my deltoids, and my chest and my collarbone. If I want to flex just a little bit, you can see just a little bit more definition that's going on. It's starting to come through just a little bit by comparison to my video back on April the 30th. All in all, I'm happy with the results that I'm seeing. Fasting has helped to allow me to slim down just a little bit. These 28 days, I went down an extra 15 pounds. I'm very satisfied with that. Once again, because I literally just came off of a fast back in the month of April, there's really not going to be that much of a change because, one, I've already lost a majority of the water weight back in April. And just continuing the fast through the month of May into June, I'm really not going to be seeing that much big of a gap in the weight loss department because I've already lost the majority of the water. And I am slowly but surely just kind of eating away at the fat stored energy that's in my body. Eating in a caloric deficit will still force my body to then go into its fat storage and consume that for energy to keep my basal metabolic rate up. At about 575, my basal metabolic rate was about 3,500, almost 3,600 calories. And Eating in a caloric deficit of about 1,600 calories, over a week's time, that's going to be about close to 5 pounds in a week. Eating in caloric deficit. I've explained that before in a previous video, and I'll probably explain it again in a future video, but just for now, just trust me on that one. Eating in a caloric deficit is going to force my body to then consume more of my stored energy to keep itself going for the rest of the day. I will post what I will break my fast with a little bit later on. I'm still in the process of kind of getting everything together as I'm making it. That's going to be in a short, but yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. Moving forward, I am going to take a little bit of a hiatus. Nothing too serious, but I'm not posting every single day like I did for all the days that I was fasting back in April, and as well as all the days I was fasting for the month of May. Probably going to reduce my videos to about once per week for at least 2 weeks. Reason being is I have a project that I want to work on about what has been happening within the last 8 years up until this point, to kind of give anybody who doesn't know some type of insight about what had happened to me, both physically and mentally, emotionally, as we get to this point in time today. So I want to estimate that's going to take about 2 weeks for me to kind of like brainstorm about what I want to talk about, how I want to piece it all together, and how I want to present everything for the audience to see. I don't know who all is going to see it, but it's just something I feel like I need to kind of explain for myself. It's just going to be kind of like a release in a way of sorts. I'm just happy that we are able to close this chapter and open another one to start something different and new. Not necessarily new, but just definitely something different. And yeah, I appreciate everybody who has followed me along and just continue to show their support every way, shape, or form, whether that's via likes, via comments, via your subscriptions. It's all very, very much appreciated. Thank you, and thank you again. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me for more. Questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. It is 28 days down and over with. Until next time, you all have a good one.